Have you ever wondered what it is like to go from business idea, building your business, acting on your idea, and landing your first high paying client? So, I want to share someone with you today. This is my client, and um, it's actually came up in our coaching session, right? I do check in with my clients every single session when we start, and my client dropped a good news. Like, it literally made my day. My client got a client. So, if you're not familiar with what I do, I mentor entrepreneurs, coaches, service providers how to grow their businesses, how to land clients, how to position themselves, working on the messaging. I do a lot of training in sales training specifically because sales is a muscle, like it's something that you have to practice, and I pay close attention how to monetize your LinkedIn profile and land clients from LinkedIn, especially for my clients who do not have or have not had much success on other platforms such as Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. About YouTube, though, YouTube can be an amazing platform as your backend, right? And this is our formula, basically, how we work together. We utilize LinkedIn, we utilize relationship building, we utilize messaging and positioning because it's not about just a pretty LinkedIn profile. It's not about beautifully put together posts. It's about your messaging and it's about connecting with your person, knowing who is your customer. This is essential. Once you know who is your customer, once you're clear on your messaging and you sharpen your sales skills, and on top of that, you have nurturing sequence of content. And I believe that video is a king, and video is a very effective in creating no like and trust factor, creating that bingeable content um that effect where people can go and learn more about you and spend more time with you. In fact, one of the researchers says that like there's a 7-Eleven formula. One of the formula how people buy they 7-Eleven formula. They have to spend with you 7 hours, and it takes about after that after those 7 hours people spend time with you. It takes 11 touches. Touch it is interaction. Touch is a comment. Touch is a direct message. So video content is a king, but without further ado, meet my client.
Also, in the interim of that, something interesting happened.
Oh, what's that?
I got my first client.
Oh, shit.
Got my first client.
Okay. Tell me more.
Okay. Okay. It's very interesting. So it didn't happen online, right? So, okay. My mother goes to this shop where she gets her car repair, right? She goes to this garage, somewhere more near her house than my apartment. And and for some reason, I don't remember how the story goes or went, but the mechanic that was working on it is a young guy who is getting into software development or going to a boot camp. And so my mother was saying that he mentioned they got on the topic of coding for some reason. I don't know why or how and why. And he said, like, yeah, I'm really going through a hard time with this boot camp. I'm not understanding it. I really want to become a software developer. And I just, having a hard time keeping up with the materials. And my mother said, oh, my son, he's opening up a little mentoring business for software developers. Maybe would you launch this information or hear more? And he was like, yes, absolutely. Oh, I need a mentor. I'm so, oh, look. And he was just so excited. He's like, really? Your son does that? He does this. He does. He's like, yeah, he mentors. He as a software developer, he's been doing it for years. And so he was like ecstatic. Like and then, so my mother told me, and so I talked to him, what was it, when I went to the shop to pick her up cause she had to get a car repaired. So I had to drive her back off. And so we were talking and we talked for a few moments and I was telling him like, the things that I do and the services I offer. And then I told him the price and he was like, done, done. I just need a mentor. And I was just like, oh, okay, okay. I probably could have sold it for 4,000. He would probably be like, yeah, sold or something.
Listen,
But
when I I don't push the price on you because like I have a client who sells services for 12K, right?
mhm,
Like in totally different realm. And like but I will like I'm not gonna be like Donovan, like what are you
right.
doing? Charge 12K, right? Because like but also like okay, like are you overcharged? Like are
Yeah.
you not communicating the value for 12K? Or are you underpricing your services because you can't sell Tesla for 10K?
Hmm.
No, but like people will buy, but people will be hella suspicious.
Sure, sure.
So like so for you, like that's excellent. So like meaning your price is hitting just right on the spot, like get the reps in,
Hmm.
and when it becomes too easy, raise the price.
Yeah, of course. I plan
Like
on it.
what
This is just
when it
my
becomes mhm.
entry point, right? Like it's like, let me get a few clients first, and then, once I get a couple of clients, or heck, maybe even next year, I'm gonna raise the price. So
Okay, all
yeah,
right, all
yeah,
right. Oh my
really
gosh, like that
excited.
was so good. Can I
Yeah,
please share that somewhere, like
yeah,
as a
absolutely.
video? Okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
thank you.
absolutely. So and let me continue the story real quick if you don't mind. So he
Yeah,
was just ecstatic, and he's like, "Yeah, let me get your number. Like, can we schedule something?" Like, he was just so ecstatic, and so I asked him, I was like, "So, ask him what boot camp he went to. I forgot the name of it, but he's going into full stack development, mainly JavaScript." And so he's like, "Do you do full stack?" I said, "I can," but he's like, "I'm struggling." But he said he's struggling on the front end, learning the front end concept. So mainly like JavaScript and I think CSS because he's like really early into the boot camp. And the boot camp is 6 months. So that's perfect for my program. My program's 6 months. So it's just, it
yeah.
just hit the sweet spots at a good time.
This is another your like qualification criteria. Have you taken a bootcamp before? And
Hmm.
you don't have to like disqualify them if they say no. But if they say yes, in one of like during my master class, right? I said treat a buyer like a buyer.
Hmm.
He is a buyer. He bought high ticket mentorship program with bootcamp. He is a buyer. Treat a buyer like a buyer. And you drop the price, it's a no brainer. Like out like after 15K that I spent on my bootcamp,
Right.
like bruh, bruh, like
Yeah.
here's my credit card.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, dude, okay. Yeah, I guess he was just really, really want to get out of the mechanic, being a mechanic and being more software engineer. So it's just one of those like, I need to, I'm desperate. I want to learn this really, really well, and I need someone. So I think it was more of a desperation and a call for help.
Yeah, listen, and this is like document this process because this is like um when you create content, right? What
Hmm.
is the breaking point for your client to make a decision?
Hmm.
Where that was breaking point, right? Oh, I don't understand anything. Oh, I'm not getting nowhere.
Yeah.
Like document it and speak to that pain, speak to
Hmm.
that gap, right? Like rational drowning, right? Like you can do rational drowning on your sales call when you do like calculate those numbers and lead to your decision, or
Hmm.
you can do in your content. So hey, like you maybe you just spent like I don't know, like between like 3 grand to 10K, uh on your boot camp and you like nothing is clicking. You
Hmm.
just don't understand how it
Yeah.
works, not to mention you don't even know how to land that first job.
Mm-hmm.
because this is what they don't teach.
Yep.
This is what they don't teach you. And like
Yeah,
you in
that's
the
a good
group
pain point.
container, like you do a lot of stuff, you don't understand anything, you don't have a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, like, okay, like the money is gone, but like where the job is at, right? Like,
Right.
how do I like not just where the job is at, but like what the heck I'm actually doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and this is excellent piece of content where you can like, yeah, like a lot of people be like, mm-hmm, yeah. So
Yeah.
like I'm super excited for you. So
Thank you.
like you pretty much like almost got your return on investment back pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Just like, oh
So,
man, I just, man, it just, I feel like I got really lucky. Like it was just a very fortunate event, and it just like landed on my lap, and it was just handed on me in a silver platter almost.
yeah, definitely share that in the group. So
Yeah, I
like
will. I will.
yeah,
I
like
will.
I think you know like the community will appreciate that. Ooh, well, I'm excited for you. Like
Thank you. Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate
can
it.
even imagine how like what like managing the expectations because online selling is like it's simple, but sometimes it is hard.
Right.
Like I'm just so excited what the
Yeah.
future holds for you. Like I'm just so excited.
Thank you. Thank you. I just, yeah, it just, man, I'm still kind of pinching myself, kind of like being keyboards down, working on my little commitments. And I'm like, did that really happen? Did that really happen? And I'm
I
just
know,
like
right?
clicking away. I'm like, let me pinch myself. Oh my goodness. Wow. Just,
That
oh,
like
that was
this is
like a
normal.
rush.
Yeah, this is normal. Your first client will come from people who know you or from people who know you, right?
Hmm.
Like that's normal. Like my one of my earlier clients was my former coworker. Again, no brainer. Like I dropped the price. I said like this is the price, and she's like, how much? Like right? Eugene, like that motherfucker charges like $8,000. Like what? Like are you sure? Like can we go higher? So I like no,
Right.
like keep control and work in the conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a, just a rush feeling, man.
Y-
Indescribable.
As you can see, success is not linear. Success is not linear. There are entrepreneurs who are struggling to land their like first client or consistent clients for years sometimes. But usually that period within 90 days, if you do your work consistently, if you network, if you build relationships, because listen, yes, we're building businesses online, but it is also, it's important to check in with the people that close around you because you might have a customer in your very close proximity and the people who are around you who know you already who know that you can deliver the result who believe in you they probably going to be your first customers and that's totally normal also before we close out I'm running a masterclass on April 29th. I'm running a masterclass, Monetize LinkedIn. I'm going to talk about how to land clients from LinkedIn, utilizing LinkedIn and utilizing YouTube. Um, while LinkedIn and YouTube. So, LinkedIn and YouTube, those two platforms, those two giants, they're two giant search engines, right? So, on LinkedIn, like that was my story. Yeah, I had really difficult time landing like leads or like connections on things like Instagram, for example, right? But on YouTube, I had a little bit different demographic, right? As soon as I started talking about my offer, and as soon as I started being really, really crystal clear, really, really laser focused, really, really articulate about about what I'm offering, then I started getting leads. I started getting clients. And what is interesting what is interesting, because YouTube, if you're not on YouTube, YouTube doesn't have a function right now where a client or a person or a follower can actually message you and have a conversation with you. So what people do, people find me on YouTube, and sometimes people follow me for years and I don't even know. Like, people land jobs because I previously I push a lot of resources, right, like free courses and whatnot, and then people find me on LinkedIn, and people start conversation with me on LinkedIn. So this is what I'm going to teach on my masterclass. It's 5-day masterclass with bonus lessons. We're going to talk about messaging. We're going to talk about how to utilize LinkedIn correctly. We're going to talk about LinkedIn optimization. We're going to talk about how to power LinkedIn with the power of YouTube. So, like, you're more discoverable. You come out in searches, and more importantly, the right people connect with you at the right time. And from like, it's almost like an omnipresence in a way that people find you on one platform, they can bid your content, they can get to know you, and then they go to your LinkedIn profile where they can have a conversation with you. And also, like, from LinkedIn, they also will be feeding, will be fed by with your nurturing content, with your live streams, with your posts, um, with your educational content, with your motivational content. So register for the challenge. The link is in my bio. If you have more questions about that, my DMs are open. Also, if you need a consultation, if you think, you know, I see the power in LinkedIn. I see I need to work on my messages, on my messaging. I need to work on my sales skills. I need to put everything together, and I would like this year, like 2024. I want to go higher. I want to go higher. This is the year, like, this is the year where I go to my mountain, when I get my results, when I build something bigger than myself. If it's you, my DMs are open. Ask me about the consultation, and I will set it up for you. With that being said, thank you for so much for being here. Thank you so much for celebrating my client, and I will see you